Making a YouTube video shouldn't take you weeks or days to make, but a lot of us accidentally take that more time equals better video. And I used to spend weeks just to think about one video, and usually I'd scrap it last minute just to put something out there. But after making 30 videos in a month, I was forced to simplify my process to the point where I was able to take an idea to a video in less than 3 hours. And the biggest change wasn't about working faster. It was about what I planned, what I stopped planning, and what I stopped caring about. So today I will share with you the 3 tweaks that made the process dramatically easier. So the first thing is what most of us get into when we press the record button, and you might feel like this hits home. When you are about to record your video, you sit in front of it, or you are standing. As you are speaking, you lose your train of thought. Drive without any GPS. You're just hoping for the best, that something will land, that this video is salvageable in the editing process. But what most of us fail to realize is that we are figure out the video as we speak, rather than having everything set in place. And one of the best ways to do so is to have the title and thumbnail first, because when I'm speaking the video, I always have the title and thumbnail in mind, and that's why I create those first instead of doing those the last minute when I'm about to publish the video. It gives your brain something to hang into rather than trying to figure out as you're communicating in front of the camera. This gives a more clear and calmer approach to recording a video, and it almost feels effortless, because basically you are just showing up, pressing record, and you know that your brain has guide rails to make sure that you are not going out of tangent here. So this ties in perfectly with the next point. And most of us, when we are trying to make videos, we are trying to script out everything word for word and try to memorize the words that we have written down. And I thought that recording myself and using the script would make it so much easier, because then I knew when it was time to record, I had everything laid out. It's just about speaking it out and then editing and publishing. But that was further from the case, because I'd usually spend a lot of time to do retakes because it didn't land the way I wanted it to land, and also it felt too robotic. So just for example, let's say you are writing down everything. You're writing down and filtering as you speak, rather than allowing yourself to have some filler words in your communication, and also allowing yourself to speak more from the heart and sharing some thoughts that wouldn't have come down if you have written it down. But there are gold nuggets when you are communicating in front of the camera. So for example, let's say, how much more comfortable would you be talking about something that you're passionate about compared to you talking about something that you just read in a book? Well, of course, when you're passionate about something, you just want to pour your heart out, and almost you want to limit yourself so that you don't come across as weird, because you have so much to say. For example, I love The Lord of the Rings. I could speak about that topic for days, although I need to restrain myself and give people some nuggets and let it sink in firstly. And now when you are scripting your videos and you're doing it everything word by word, you are leaving out gold nuggets in your communication. And that's why I love to do talking points and leave the hook word for word, because talking points gives you guide rails, similarly to the first point, where you're just guiding your speech into the right direction from start to end, rather than limiting your communication in your videos. And this leaves you more comfortable. And having passion, hot topic, but basically knowing the topic you're about to talk about, having a good understanding at least, enables you to speak freely around the topic, rather than being forcefully scripting everything and don't knowing exactly what to say. Then you are so restricted to speaking exactly as it's said on paper, rather than allowing yourself to go to the side. Similarly to solving a Rubik's Cube, if it's scrambled, you will find your way to solve it, because you have done it for such a long time. And I'm not saying that you need to know everything, and I've been in this trap before. I thought that I need to study something before I'm ready, but no, you just have to have some grasp. For example, if somebody asks you, can you tell me something about this? You will answer. Or you are going to teach someone this new topic in an easy way. Would you be able to? Those are my tests in order to know, can I speak about this good enough? So have talking points, gives you more direction, and also have some understanding about the topic you speak about, because it gives you more clear communication in videos, and it makes your life so much easier. And the next thing is super important that we talk about, and it's basically when you're creating videos, to not have such an importance on every single upload that you publish. When you give a video so much importance, you give it weight. And when you do that, it's easy that you overthink how well it goes. You spend your heart, your souls out into a single piece of content, and then you worry about this baby. How will it do? How many views did it get? Did people engage or not? And in the beginning, when you're publishing content consistently, you will become disheartened. For example, my content I'm publishing, I know that I'm pouring my heart and soul into each videos. And when I'm not getting views, it's easily to get into the spiral, the rabbit hole of overthinking. What if it wasn't good enough? I know it's good enough because I'm speaking to the old version of me that needed to hear this content. So, because previously it took me weeks to just think about a piece of content, and I could easily overthink it and spend a lot of time and heart into it. And then it could flop. And now that I've spent so much time and effort, I just can't fail. But that gave me such a pressure inside and stress and anxiety, which is not good at all if you want to perform. And now I'm able to do videos in less than 3 hours from idea to actually publishing. And now my mentality is, when you publish, you're letting that baby go and letting it grow. And go into the next one, improving just one thing, rather than getting super fixated on only having the best idea. Because you never know what will pop off. So focus on giving the time that it needs, rather than expanding it and letting it expand to the time frame. So focus only on what you can control, and it's your process. Not, for example, you can't control the weather, you can't control people's opinions about you, you can't control if it's your camera that dies suddenly. What you can control is, did you charge a camera? Did you record a video today? There's a timer when you did the ideation, rough scripting using the skeleton script. Link in the description, it helps you out create content faster. All of these you can control. Your emotional state, you can basically take action despite not feeling like it. Now, having a clear understanding of what you can control and what you cannot will save you so much time and energy to redirect that into your process to become better with each video, rather than things that you can't control, how many views, you can't control the engagement, you can't control how well something will go. All you can do is improve your process, and every single time see, this did well, and I will keep that. If you want to use the same scripting as I do, you can download it down below. It saves you so much time. But if you're still feeling that you're overthinking the video process, then make sure that you watch this video next.